I want to talk to you about the Polycom RealPresence VideoProtect 500. I think for these purposes we'll refer to it just as the VideoProtect 500. Now folks, the reason this got built in the first place is the video industry has always required some forms of ruggedized units to shell our traditional video systems. And that is because whenever we want to put it out in a public environment, we want to make sure that the system is protected in some sort. Now traditional applications here, certainly corrections, and I would probably steer you more towards arraignment than say visitation, only because within visitation there's a whole subculture out there of lower end products in this particular space. But things like arraignment and any other, reach out into healthcare inside the corrections facility. There's a multitude of other places in the correctional facility to go. But also think about things like remote receptionist, virtual expert, for example. Those are all good examples of other places in society where we need ruggedized systems. Think of a sales office that's maybe too busy, and for overflow purposes on certain times of the month when they get really crowded, somebody can come in, pick up the handset, and talk to another sales expert, possibly at another location that isn't crowded at the same time. So a lot of applications outside of just corrections. As we go through the system itself, let's talk a little bit about some of the features here. You'll notice right up front the sloping top. That's to avoid people putting coffee cups up there and so forth. So from a design standpoint, very clever. It is a high impact 14 gauge steel exterior. It also has polycarbonate over the cameras and over the 22-inch LED screen. By the way, that's a full 1080p LED screen there. As we come around, you have a tamper-proof volume controls on the side here. You also have a 36-inch armored cable to go with the handset again. And the reason it's 36-inch, folks, is you need that distance from the unit if you're going to use a handset for the camera inside to be able to get a good shot of you. So again, that's why it's 36-inch. For those that are concerned about using it from a security standpoint, we don't run into that very often. The last feature from the outside, folks, are the pin torque security screws that go on either side up top. Now for today, I've put just a quick release mechanism so we can go on and show you what's actually inside the system itself. And as we move in there, folks, you'll see the actual Group 500 series here. The acoustic camera is housed here. Much like all of the other vertical products, this is something that's going to be put in place by the dealer or by your installation team on site. As we move down the system, there's a power supply here, but these are two of the most important things I want to talk to you about. These blocks are for your telecom and your power. And the exciting thing about the way this product's been designed, they can either come to you with finished ends or they can come to you with the actual pigtails as well. And I think I have an example here. In many of the institutions, you're going to find that they want to come in via conduit. So in those particular arrangements, when you find that out in the field, this system can handle either. So directly out of the conduit with the pigtails or as a finished three-prong plug into the system. And selling to the security guys or the facilities folks is a key part of many of the sales in this particular vertical market. So the last thing in here is the IAM, or the Intelligent Activation Module. This is what's going to set you apart from everybody else out in the industry, because the processor talks directly to the codec itself, and that's what's going to allow you many different modes and capabilities as we go into how you can answer and use the system itself. With that, let me take a second and put the cover back up. So let's just put the system up. I just wanted to show you quickly what was inside there. So now that we're back, let's talk about the different modes in which how the system actually works. Now, many of these are going to be based on the way you set up your Group 500 codec. In a standard answer mode, you won't get video or audio until such time you'll hear the ringing come in and you pick up the handset. In an auto answer mode, you'll see the video, but you won't get a connected call until such time as you pick up the handset and get the audio to work as well. We also have a very unique feature because of the processor that allows you to put a phone number into the system, into the directory, and when you pick up the handset, it will dial out to that location. So you've actually turned the system now into a kiosk application. Probably not a big seller inside the correctional facilities, but again, very important when you're out as a remote receptionist, maybe in the bottom of a state building or something. The other way the system works is, and I probably should have pointed this out up front, out of the box the system can come with a right hand capability, or the dealer can move that handset over to the left. If you'd like to, it also can work in just a hands-free mode. So in that hands-free mode, the call will come in and it will automatically answer and you will be up and working. Great application there would be arraignment. Also in some of those applications where you're in hands-free, they want to have privacy as well. In those environments where you want to do that, as long as you put the word handset hang up off into your directory, now in hands-free, when you come up and pick up the handset, it will also work as a privacy feature, and you will be muted for all of the external audio. It'll just go over the handset. When the handset is replaced into the cradle, you go back to full hands-free. So a lot of different applications. What I really want you to take away from today's video is that processor inside allows you a lot of flexibility. It also allows your dealer tremendous amounts of flexibility, because if they have multiple ones of these out in an application where maybe there's 5 or 6 in a row, and it might be in that visitation application, who knows if you were successful there. But in those cases, that processor again is going to give your dealer some flexibility, because now they can have it set up that maybe they want to hang up all 5 units by the push of one button, or they want to mute them all. Maybe they're seeing gang signs on one of the chats out there. Who knows? Whatever the application, maybe there was a fight inside the corrections facility. Biggest and best lockout spec for this particular system has got to be the intelligent activation module, okay? That processor inside that actually talks to the Group 500 codec. Remember, it allows the dealer all kinds of capabilities, from single button muting 15 systems to turning on a red light if you want when a system's in session. So that capability. One of the things we didn't talk about up front, which I should now, is when you're using the system and you hang it up, it allows for a 3-second delay. We put that in because, again, in the corrections world, in case somebody hangs up and didn't really mean to because they got upset, it allows them to take it back off hook within 3 seconds and continue the call. So things like that. And that 3-second can be really whatever delay level you want. Let us know. Don't forget the fact that the handset can be left, right, or hands-free out of the box with each and every system is unique out there. Don't forget it's also a total package, so there's no infrastructure required for this one. Remember up front we talked a little bit about those guys that play in that visitation space? Well, with this particular unit, those guys often require a lot of infrastructure behind them to make their systems work. This system can hook into a traditional telecom hookup, give it a little power, and we're ready to talk to other units that are standards based around the world. And the biggest one for the facilities guys, if they're a big part of the cell, don't forget about the wiring options on the power and the telecom to be either a finished connection or more of a traditional connection where it's a raw cable coming out of the building. But with that, those are a couple of lockout specs you can use for RFPs. Hope you've enjoyed the discussion about this. VideoProtect unit is really unique in the industry and a very, very good rugged system.